welcome back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I am super excited to get into today's pick a card because today we are going to see who will not stop pursuing you until they have you. That is our topic. My Etsy shop is in the description if you'd like your own private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. Other than that, pause the video if you need more time with the piles. You can always pick more than one pile. We have group 1 with the green zebra stone and the Santa Muerte tarot. Group 2 with the apatite stone and the modern witch tarot. Group 3 with the amazonite and the tarot of the divine. And then we have group 4 with the Galactophane crystal point and the steampunk tarot. So like I said, pause the video if you need to, take as much time as you need, but we're just gonna get started. All right, if you chose group 1 with the green zebra stone and the Santa Muerte tarot, this is your reading. Who will not stop pursuing you until they have you? Ooh, we got the bottom of the deck. We got the Fool card. So this could be a new beginning. This could be a new love. This could be someone that you don't know, someone who you've never talked to romantically, someone who you've never met. Spirit for group 1. With the green zebra stone. Show us who will not stop pursuing group 1. Interesting. We got the optimism card that came out, and I just heard an idea. So this may be someone that you've created energetically, someone who is manifesting as a result of you keeping your manifestation open-ended and allowing spirit to have a role in this. Someone who's lighthearted and optimistic. And you may also be in an optimistic energy where you're feeling like, you know what, come what may, whatever it is, you know, whoever it is that comes through, you know what, I'm open. You guys, I really do feel like this is someone that you don't know. We have time, songs, mask, isolation, and alignment. So it's so crazy how when the optimism card came out, I heard an idea and spirit's like coming through with this energy like this person, you haven't seen them before, you haven't met them before. This isn't someone that you know. This is someone that has been manifesting to your path. I was hearing destiny when the alignment card came out. I don't feel like this is someone you know, group 1. Optimism says this could be good. Time says waiting limit. So I feel like you guys have been waiting very long for your person to come through, waiting long for, you know, spirit to bring this person into your life. And I feel like that's the way you've been going about it, like tapping into your energy. You may not have been focused on dating and relationships. It may be a one-off for you to even get into like a tarot reading, a romantic tarot reading, because of where your mind has been. It may be something you haven't done for a while. Songs remind me of you is what it says at the bottom of that one. We have masks. At the bottom of that one, it says, who are you really? But all of this has to do with you and your journey. Like the person isn't here yet. So obviously, like songs, that's like you hearing certain songs and certain lyrics popping out to you. Like you could have heard a song and heard something in it like this could be the one, or something is coming, da 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 da. Like you may have heard something that felt like a sign from spirit through a song. And with the mask card, there's a lot of like this energy of this has been concealed. This has been a long time coming. Spirit had not been very clear with you in terms of like revealing when it was going to come in or how it was going to come in or who this is. There's been so much secretive energy around you connecting with your person, group 1. Like spirit has really been keeping you on the outs of knowing like what's really going on. This is something that's been brewing for years, I'm hearing. for years. This has been a long time coming. This is destiny. Like I said, with the alignment card, I was hearing destiny. Like this is something that was always going to happen whenever it's happening now. Isolation says staying to myself. That's the vibe I feel like you guys have been in, like isolated, but not in a sad way, just in a way where it's like you've been very self-sufficient. Like you have your routine. You don't hate your life. You have things that you like about your life. You've been good. You've been okay. You've been patient and really just living in the moment. I feel like you've kind of been gray rocking your love life. Like gray rocking is a term that applies typically like in narcissism, but it's basically like, you know, it's like, you know, when you're dealing with a narcissist or someone trying to get a rise out of you, you gray rock them. You literally act like a gray rock, nothing identifiable. You don't feed into anything. You don't give them any reaction, good or bad. You're just gray rocking. And I feel like you've been doing that to your love life. It's like, okay, you know what, Spirit, I've been waiting for a good person to come through. I've been waiting long for love to work out and it hasn't been working out. So I'm not paying attention to it anymore. I'm not feeding it. Like there's this energy of you being like, all right, you know what? If it's not supposed to happen for me right now, then it's just not going to happen right now. But it's also not going to happen because I'm doing the most. Like I see you guys really like standing your ground. Like, listen, if it's not meant for me to, you know, be in love or be in a relationship right now, then that's what it is. It's just not going to happen. But you have not been forcing it, which may be very different for you. Spirit, for group 1. Making a connection is the first card that came out. For you, group 1, this is someone new. This is someone coming in. This is someone who's exciting you, someone you don't know everything about. You don't know anything about them. And they're not giving up to you. We got the gravitation card. There's a strong spiritual energy with your pile. There's a strong spiritual energy with this reading where there is a lot of magic that has to do with this coming together. It's not like, oh, you're taking the steps that you need to take to bring a partner in. It's more like when society tells you, oh, do this if you want a relationship, do that if you want a relationship. You're doing the exact opposite. You're gray rocking it. So it's coming to you because there's no other way that it can manifest besides coming to you. That's kind of a quantum leap. That's actually really smart and interesting. Like the only way that it can get to me is if it fully sticks its neck on the line. Like if it fully, regardless if it's a person or an opportunity, like you put yourself on a pedestal like Beyonce and you get to wear the Tiffany diamond that only 3 people have worn. You know, that's how you do it. You stick to your ground. You know who you are. Build it and they will come. Build the empire and they will come. Build the perfect person. Build the best version of you. They will come. And you believe that with your whole heart, soul, and spirit. And that's why it's actually working. So yeah, this is very interesting. There's a strong gravitation this person has towards you, and that's why they will not stop until they have you, because they've been looking for you for years, subconsciously. Like, it doesn't mean that this person has been focused on love and, you know, they've quite literally just been looking for a person for years, but they've been looking for the harmony that you will have together. You know, that harmony, that good feeling of feeling loved, of feeling truly taken care of, understood. They've been looking for that for years. We have the choosy card that flipped over. So this person is not for the streets to any capacity. Like this person is very choosy and they've been choosy and they've been doing their thing. And I love that because that means that once you finally do link with this person, it's not like, you know, they have all this energy on them from all these past connections. It's like, no, they've been very choosy. They know what they're looking for, but they don't know what they're looking for. You know what I mean? Like it's spiritual. It's like, they don't know exactly what you look like, da da da. Like, it's not like, oh, I have a list of all the qualities I need in a partner. I don't feel like they've been like looking for love. I just feel like with the, like it's spiritual. Their heart has been looking for you. Their soul has been looking for you. That kind of thing. We have holding back, cards on the table, and talking in circles. Wow. This person has been very blunt with people. We also have look at your chart / transits. So if you're, you know, curious, like, okay, when could love come in for me? Or, where it could be. Honestly, I feel like those curiosities is what's going to put you back in a loop. So I wouldn't advise it, but we did have the look at your transits / chart card that did come up. So Spirit is saying if you need extra revelation, you can find it by looking at like your chart and the transits that are happening right now. I like the app Time Passages. It tells you your long-term and short-term astrological transit, so you know how certain things are affecting you. And it's just been so accurate for me. Like Pattern app is cool, but Pattern app actually is terrible. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it's not good. If you actually want to like really look at your chart in a real way and know how it could affect you, that app is gonna play in your face. I'm so sorry. But look at your chart for those of you who need that. But I feel like that could end up, putting you back where you were, where you're back obsessed with time and when and how. Like, maybe I was feeling that a little bit in the beginning of your reading for some of you, that maybe you gave up, looking at tarot for a long time or getting extra direction outside of yourself for a while. So I wouldn't want you to regress, back into needing that. But if you feel good, confident that you can just get your little fix and then move on and not make it a habit again, then yeah, go ahead and look at your chart. It will give you more information. But we have holding back cards on the table and talking in circles. So in terms of your person that's, coming towards you, the person that's not going to stop pursuing you, they've been having interesting experiences in love. This person is like, they come across as a little arrogant, to be honest, because it's like they see themselves in such a way where it's like they see themselves as like the most precious thing ever. So anyways, that's just something I'm tapping into. But people have been talking in circles, trying to convince them that they are what they're looking for, or just trying to tell them what they want to hear so that they can get in their pants, or so that they can date them, or so they can have a relationship with them. And they've, been laying their cards on the table like, this is what it is that I'm looking for, or this is who it is that I am. They haven't been shady, or like they've been completely transparent with people. And they know what they bring to the table. And a lot of people have tried to convince them that, they're what your person is looking for, but they've been holding back and waiting for the one. It just hasn't resonated. Like they know what they're looking for. They don't know what you look like, but they know, like in their spirit, they know what they're looking for. So they're not going to stop until they have you. You guys, so the direct answer to who will not pursuing you until they have you is your divine counterpart. It's very much so giving what you're looking for is also looking for you. And they will not stop until they meet you. And then they will not stop pursuing you until they have you. We have the Queen of Wands and the Strength card, and you're on that same tip. Like Queen of Wands, really in your power. Queen of Wands is like someone who's really in their creativity expression right now. So you may be playing around with your look. You may find yourself putting together outfits and like modeling them just for fun. You may be doing a lot of art right now and decorating, spending time with nature, whatever it is you love. Creativity can be expressed in infinite ways. So those are like the stereotypical ways that you express creativity, but you know what your creativity is and what makes you feel good and what makes you feel like you're doing something creative and new. For you, that could be restocking your fridge, like it can be anything. So anyways, we have the Strength card here as well. So you're matching that energy. Wow. I just feel like you guys are two planets that have been swirling around each other, and you're finally about to combine. You're like directly in the same energy that they're in. Both of you are in the same energy. We have the Hierophant in reverse and the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck. So both of you, Hierophant in reverse, have been surrendering to that higher power, to your higher self, to God, whatever it is you believe in. Like, listen, I don't know. Hierophant in reverse. You're right. I don't know everything. I don't know how the universe works. So with the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck, I am going to allow Spirit to bring this in. I'm going to allow universal law. I'm going to allow, and the Magician in reverse under that. I mean, come on. I'm going to allow things to happen. Magician in reverse. I'm not going to force this. I'm not going to create this. I'm going to create this naturally, like subconsciously, by tapping further and further into my creativity, to my true self, to experiencing more joy and bliss, and therefore attracting more of those opportunities towards me and experiences towards me. But ultimately, you know, judgment. Spirit is in control. Spirit's going to let me know when it's judgment day, when it's time to move forward, when my opportunity is here. I trust that I'll know that, but I'm not creating it or forcing it. Both of you are exactly in that energy. There's been some sort of block here. Four of Wands is marriage energy. So Spirit is saying you're building for forever. This is legacy. This is not your next boyfriend, your next girlfriend. This will likely be your next like partner, forever partner. Like I said, I was hearing divine counterpart. So because I was just wanting to say like, dude, with two people being in the same energy, wouldn't that manifest really quick? And that's me operating from my 3D self, being focused on time, etc., which is something you've already overcome. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Wands. So yes, you are creating this, but it's not necessarily going to come in fast. I'm not even going to be like, you know, I'm not going to dance around it. Four of Wands, it's like, yeah, you get your marriage, your happily ever after, you know, your partner. But, and yeah, it's manifesting, but I think you guys have finally gotten past the point where you may have let things go before in the past. Like you may have felt inspired to not focus on dating, and then you slipped back into going on dating apps, or you slipped back into your old habits. And then you had another time where you went like hermit mode and you were focusing on spirituality, but you may have struggled with like everything that you would learn spiritually. Somehow, some way you would end up trying to apply it to manifesting what you truly wanted, which may have really been, you know, dating and romance at one point. And I feel like you're finally past that point where it's like when you learn a new manifestation technique, you don't immediately start applying it towards like what you maybe know you shouldn't manifest, or what you know Spirit's taking care of for you and Spirit's bringing to you. So I feel like you're good. I feel like you're good. But yeah, I don't feel like it's, you know, something that, like I said, the process has already been years long. So I don't feel like this is something that is necessarily going to come in super quick just because you're in the same energy. Spirit's like, a lot of times you guys try to add on extra stuff to it. Like, ooh, if I do this method, not only does that mean I get my manifestation, but that means it also is going to come in quick as hell. And that means it's also going to be super comfortable and easy for me. And Spirit's like, you're getting excited and you're adding extra stuff on it. Ace of Wands, yes, you will get your manifestation. That is the only promise in doing it this way. Like Spirit's just being blunt AF. Like, all I promised is that you would get your manifestation. I didn't promise that it would come quickly, you know, because a lot of times we get on a holy path or like a good path, and we start to feel like, oh, that means we should never have suffering. Like, if you were raised super religious and you strayed away from your religion and then you went back and you started, you know, reintegrating with that religion and serving that God, some people start to feel like, oh, this means I should be taken care of. Wealth should be coming in. Businesses should be popping off. And it's like, that was never promised. You know, we just cool. Why you getting too excited? Like, we have Temperance in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and we have the High Priestess. The Lovers came out first, and then the High Priestess, and then Temperance in reverse. So Spirit is saying, like, Lovers in reverse, this isn't your story. This is my story. This is a story about surrendering to a higher purpose. Your divine counterpart is manifesting through you going deeper into who you are. It feels like your life's work, you know? Because life purpose typically indicates like serving other people. And this feels a little bit different. Like, this relationship will be a result. Like, this relationship manifesting will be a result of you being on your High Priestess shit, of you, you know, going deeper into who you are, being on your spiritual tip, getting to really know yourself on a deeper level, getting closer with Spirit, etc. But it's not something that you've directly manifested, you know, through that, if that makes sense. So it's like a byproduct of. So whenever you start to get excited and try to apply your manifestations, methods and things that you're learning to making love manifest, it just may have seemed like everything just went left. Your business started doing bad, like things just that were solid in your life may even start to seem like they're going left. So yeah, I feel like Spirit's just trying to let you know, like, I got this. You don't need to do anything, but continue to tap in and follow your intuition and continue to live your life. We got the Yang card here. So Spirit's saying, like, listen, if you're bored, there are things that you can work on. Spirit's initiating you into embodying more of your masculine energy. So you may be called to appear more androgynous in the way that you dress, or more masculine, more neutral. You may be attracted to different aesthetics that you've like never been attracted to. I feel like maybe dark aesthetics. I'm seeing a lot of gray, navy, black, dark purple. I'm seeing a lot of those type of colors. I'm seeing like gray smoke. You may be attracted to foggy landscapes. Like you may notice there's a lot of aesthetics coming up on your like feed, and it's like you're just scrolling, and then next thing you know, it's like a song with like this like murky looking forest, and you know, anyways. We have the Yang card. So Spirit's saying, like, you know, focus on what you can control, focus on building your business, your brand, whatever it is that you want for yourself long term. And I got this love thing for you, but the person who will not stop pursuing you until they have you is your divine counterpart. It's destiny. And yeah, that's what I have for you. My Etsy's in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you today. And I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 2 with the Appetite and the Modern Witch Tarot, this is your reading. Who will not stop pursuing you until they have you, group 2? We are going to figure that out exactly. Spirit, this is for group 2. Show me who will not stop pursuing group 2 until they have them. Ooh, we got the Destiny card. Ooh, okay. Spirit for group 2. Against the odds, abundance, and questions. Ooh, this person could have money. You guys could have money or build a business together. This person, oh, yeah. And I felt that so strongly. So I'm not saying that this is an ex. This isn't someone that you've dated, but this is someone you've known for a while, or someone that has known you for a while, someone who's been very aware of you. And to be honest, it feels like longer than a year. It feels like longer than a year this person has been observing you. We have abundance and arrogance. So to be honest, this person may have been rich, or maybe rich. When the abundance card came out, I immediately felt like this fame energy. So this person may have some sort of fame or notoriety, or they could be like the CEO of the company that you work at. So obviously that's an ethical issue. They can't just holla at your girl and be like, hey, you know, what's up, shawty? They can't be spitting game in the office. You know, let's be reasonable. But this is someone who is very reserved and like stern in their energy. It's giving like King of Swords energy, to be honest. It feels like someone who is more reserved, someone who can be a bit elusive, someone who doesn't give themselves to people very easily. But it was definitely, you know, destiny that you met. You met for a reason. Abundance says successful connection, and then arrogance says everybody wants me. So this person may be very desirable. Okay, this person may be very conventionally attractive, but it feels like everybody wants them because they have a lot of resources. Like this person is known for having a lot of money. But we have destiny and against the odds. So even though they're not the warmest, you know, person, even though they're not the most welcoming or like open, hospitable person, like they're not the person that's really giving you that sweet, you know, Southern hospitality. Okay, they're just not. Like this feels like someone who's typically very detached, someone who loves their routine. It's like I go to the gym, I do office work. It's like, no, even before that, it's like I get up, I check emails for the first 30 minutes, and then I go make my green smoothie, and then I do some push-ups just to get joshed up for the day before I even leave, and then I go to the gym. It feels like someone who has like such a tight schedule and way that they do things that it's like they can be very rigid. and very closed off, and like they could reject anything that tries to come up on them or tell them what they're gonna do. Like they could be like someone who's like, no, like they like it this way. They like to warm up to you. They want to feel like they know you first. They want to get a really good idea and understanding of who you are before they even get to the date point. So they could be keeping tabs through social media. They could be keeping tabs through, honestly, looking you up in the company, especially if you guys work for the same place. But this person has been keeping their distance for sure. This could even be a gym crush, someone who notices when you typically come in. They take note of what you work on. Like, listen, I'm not trying to make it sound creepy, but this person will notice, like, if you're more legs versus arm dominant, like, oh, she likes to do more legs workouts. Yeah, she does 2 leg workouts a week and only 1 arm. So she's more worried about that hourglass shape, and she's working on, the legs and the thighs and like, they're literally so like left brain logical air sign energy. Like, I don't know. They're like a computer and they just input information and synthesize it all day. Against the odds says never giving up. Destiny says meant to be, or it says we were meant to be. So, this connection is still coming together against the odds. And I really feel like the biggest block is probably this person, but maybe you have your own, biases as well. But we have keeping watch in secret. So again, this person prefers to be able to observe someone for like years, they like it that way. This person can really play the long game, which you will benefit from, because if you're someone who likes a lot of foreplay, okay, if you're someone who likes the romance to build, like all day, you're really going to like it, because it's like, okay, they don't need to get to the finish line. Like, they can let the romance build for days. They can let the romance build for a week, they will romance you all week. And then it's like, you finally, get to that end goal, like by the end of the week. So if you are someone who wants to experience that, or you like that when people can really wait for it, you will definitely get that. With this connection, at the bottom of keeping watch, it says keeping tabs from afar. At the bottom of secrets, it says keeping it inside. So this person likes that leverage. They do. Can't even deny it. We have thoughts, questions, and protection. So I really feel like they've been trying to protect themselves, but I also feel like Spirit has been trying to protect you from this person, because Spirit hasn't wanted you to like fall for this person before they were ready either, because that would end up hurting you. So if you've noticed like that you saw them one good time, you felt a super, super strong connection, but it's like you never saw them at the gym afterwards, or like it seems like once you really started to notice it and feel something, I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't even aware of this person, to be honest, by how like stealth they are, because they literally like to keep watch. Like, they're the person that most people notice, but they may have a thing, like they will not make eye contact with anyone. They won't give anyone any false like hope or reason to feel like, they should proceed. This person loves having that leverage. But yeah, thoughts always on my mind. Bottom of question says no clear picture. And at the bottom of protection, it says it's safe to love me. So I feel like Spirit has been opening the both of you up. This person has been protecting themselves. They don't want to fall in love with someone before they know whether or not they're a good match. And Spirit has been protecting you from this person. So you may not have picked up on them, or even though they're someone who gains a lot of attention, Spirit has been keeping you from making that connection, or really noticing them, or, allowing the thoughts of them or seeing them to bother you too much or make you feel any kind of way. Spirit's been protecting you from like dysregulation. Spirit doesn't want you to get deregulated. Is it dysregulated? I think it's dysregulated. Dysregulated dealing with someone, or seeing someone and not being able to have them quite yet. I like this, you guys. We got cards on the table, positive light and reaping rewards. So I feel like if you just set some intention, like, Spirit, I am open to destiny. Spirit, I am opening to things happening, in the right way, in the right time. And I ask that you guide me to the right place at the right time for the best possible outcome. You know, I feel like that will really help you. We have cards on the table. So honestly, I feel like this energy is completely on their end. I feel like you're open and ready. I feel like your cards are on the table, like even energetically, like you can, the way you carry yourself, people can tell what you're about and what you're on. So you'll be reaping rewards for having your cards on the table, for being open, for being vulnerable, for allowing spirit to take the wheel, and also just allowing this person to warm up to the idea of being with someone again, or to warm up to the idea of you, to be patient for them, especially as a feminine. You know, as a feminine, we have so many needs because of all the things society has put on us. So people have to be very sensitive to women. People have to be very sensitive to feminines and make sure that they come in the right, proper way so that we don't feel uncomfortable. And I feel like, especially as feminines, we also need to extend that same courtesy to our fellow human. And even on a human level, just understand that we've all been through some shit. They've likely been through some stuff. Like, let's be patient with them like we would expect them to be patient with us. Like, for an example, if you want to hold off till marriage, you should also be able to extend that same patience and courtesy with someone for their thing. So your thing is, I'm not trying to give up this box. But what if their thing is, I am not trying to give up this emotional vulnerability? So that means you need to, whatever, move accordingly. I think, we should extend that same energy over to them. So if this really is a King of Swords, like someone who's more masculine and you identify as a feminine, make sure you're extending that same courtesy. I feel like that's fair. I feel like the best position to be in is with your cards on the table, energetically open. I'm not saying, oh, go up to them and say, listen, I see you've been looking at me and I'm feeling you. So what you trying to do? Like, I'm not saying put your cards on the table and look a mess. I'm saying, listen, put your cards on the table energetically. Let spirit know, like, listen, this is going to be a stress-free summer for me. I'm not about to be worried about I'm not about to be worried about nobody, And you'll reap rewards for that. And also with the positive light, that means like even more than angel numbers, like strong signs and synchronicities, and happy positive experiences will come into your life. Positive light is like good things happening. We have testing the waters and enchantment. So this person, they're gonna come towards you soon. They're gonna take action soon. Who is the person that will not stop pursuing you until they have you? Someone who is very reserved, someone who may be above most people in some way, in terms of abundance. They could be a CEO, they could have their own business, they could be a world traveler, they could have connections to powerful people, they could have a lot of wealth, someone who's, a hot commodity from a societal standard, like someone who's definitely like wife or husband material, someone that most likely a lot of people desire. Like I said, they may have some sort of fame or notoriety. So yeah, they take extra long when it comes to getting to know someone and throwing themselves at someone. Like they already attract a lot of people who want to play them anyways. So it's like they'll try to avoid seeking out that if they can by being extra sure. But I really feel like this is someone you haven't really caught on to yet, or someone you don't really know, someone who you honestly would be surprised, unless you're like extremely empathic or self-aware or intuitive, like you probably haven't picked up on their energy or their watchful energy or their wanting of you, unless you're just like super tapped into the energies. But we have enchantment and testing the waters, so they will come towards you soon. They will be coming towards you soon. They are enchanted by you, and they're a little dazed right now because I feel like they're very impressed by you. They think you're very cool. They love your energy, and honestly, they're just enchanted by you. So for some of them, I feel like they're sitting in this energy of just being enchanted for just a moment longer before they actually pursue, because it's like, they can't see the future. What if you guys do get together, but you don't end up working out? Like they want to allow themselves to sit in this energy of just being able to have you whatever way they do now, which is like not at all. But they want to sit in this energy a while longer before you potentially reject them, or before, maybe you don't end up liking them. Spirit, what else can you tell me for group 2? We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is really completely out of your control. I don't see you having to work for this. This person also doesn't lead with their money. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Devil in reverse. That has just came out. And then the World card in reverse. So they don't want people to know about them. They don't want people to know who they are, and they don't lead with like what they have to offer. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So they actually don't want to be married, like for those kind of reasons. If they want to get married or in a relationship, they want to know that that person truly loves them. So I gotta be honest, this person, you know, they kind of do a lot of tests up front. They're really, I mean, we did have the Arrogant card, so they can be a little self-important. Like, they really kind of put people through it, not like mental turmoil, but like, you know, you do kind of, you know, end up jumping through hoops to really get connected to them in that way. Like, they make extra sure, which is something that Spirit will have to, you know, work on with them throughout their journey. We do have the Nine of Cups sticking out and the Hangman. The Nine of Cups is in reverse. So to be honest, it's interesting. Like, this person, I don't want to say they feel like trash, but that's the word I keep hearing. And I don't use that word to describe people. I never have. So they may be really hard on themselves in their mind, very not self-deprecating, because it's like, okay, logically they know they're someone who's, you know, desirable, so they're not self-deprecating, but it's just like they really don't see their value as a person, to be honest. Like, they don't really hold themselves, like, they hold themselves to a high regard from a 3D standard, but from a standard of who do I see myself as, they don't see themselves as very valuable at all. Like, they feel like a lot of people fall in love with the idea of them, but no one has ever fallen in love with them specifically for who they are. And I don't feel like they blame people for that, because it's like, okay, they're so like self-important, and they can also like love complete leverage. So it's like no one could ever truly get to know them unless they allowed them in. And I don't feel like they allowed anyone in that deeply. So I don't feel like they blame people for not knowing them on a deeper level. But I do know that this time around, or if they're going to commit from here, it really has to be about the love. So man, I don't know. This person is kind of messed up a little bit. But maybe your strengths are patience. Maybe you have an overabundance of love, you know, because some people genuinely just have extra love to give. It doesn't even feel like, you know, that's how you know you're in your purpose. That's how you know it's a gift. When it doesn't tire you out. Like, I've been a reader for years, and I'm still not tired of reading tarot. I still get excited to film and to read tarot, and I read tarot every single day. That's how I know this is my purpose, because some of the, I be reading, like, some of the, y'all be messaging me, like, can I get a reading? It be making me want to punch my phone. I'm like, you know what? If this wasn't what I loved, like, looking at it outside of a standpoint of being a reader, if this isn't what I love, this is a mess. Like, what the hell? Like, sometimes, but that's how you know it's your purpose. So anyways, you know, for you, you may genuinely never get tired of giving people reassurance, or never get tired of being there for people, for holding space for people. That may be just who you are. So, I mean, I don't think you would sit this long into this reading unless you were feeling this energy to some degree. So even if you're not an expert, I do feel like it's, I mean, we have the Destiny card that came out. It's destiny. Like, on both ends, Spirit has been protecting you and getting you ready for each other. So I feel like it is a match here. And I also think it's important to separate from yourself, is like separate from group think and like the collective thinking as well, and to live your life at a certain point. Like, even if the collective says, no, this person should be fully healed to get into a relationship. Even if society says that, that doesn't mean you have to do that. Like, at a certain point, you got to separate and say, okay, I'm an individual and I have the tools to love this person down. It's not heavy to me. I can do it every day and not get tired of it, you know? And it's not that they're going to need it every day, but, anyways, we got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Spirit keeps bringing back this idea of not putting any effort into this. So you may be really asking Spirit, like, listen, just tell me what to do, because you're just so ready. And honestly, this is one of those situations where it's on their end. to be real. And a lot of times when things don't manifest in our lives, we start to internalize and feel like it's something I'm not doing, it's a direction I'm not following, it's somewhere I'm not going, it's something I'm not embodying. And the whole time, it'd be the other end of the manifestation that's the holdup. So try not to internalize, what's happening too much, and just, be easy. Live your life. Live your life right now. Say in the comments below, my purpose is to live my life right now. And then put some like tropical emojis or something. Because it is your purpose to be relaxed, to be in love with life, to be like happy right now. And that's it. We have round and round. Something cyclical is happening. Spirit, can you clarify this round and round? We have the flexible card as soon as I stop shuffling. So maybe what's keeping you on a loop is that you're not being as flexible as you could, or maybe it's worry that's keeping you stuck personally, or feeling like you have to do something. Spirit is saying, give it to me. Allow this, to be completely exercised out of your being. Exercise out of your mind. This is not your responsibility. You're not a constant self-improvement project. You're not, it's cool to think of yourself as the operant power, when you're trying to get yourself to a certain frequency so that you can do what you need to do. But when you literally believe that you are the operant power, and that you are the reason that the cycles happen, and you're the reason that the trees bloom again every year, when you really believe that you are the operant power, the person that's creating everything in this reality, that can be very, very shadowy, because that's not true. And you wouldn't want that to be true, because then you can't have any fun, because you're too busy keeping the show going. Let the show go on its own. It's going to go on its own, and allow yourself to live, not to be the operant power, not to be worried about this or feeling like this is your burden or responsibility. This is your destiny. Something that's already set on your path, something that's already for you. You don't have to be better to get it. You don't. I love you, group 2. I love you so much. I feel your energy so strongly. And just keep being patient. It's going to come in. It's going to come in. But don't focus on the timeline, because that's just going to keep you in that loop, My Etsy is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the Tarot of the Divine and the Amazonite Crystal Point, this is your reading. Wow, as I cut the deck, we got the Lovers and the 9 of Wands. So immediately, this has been a long time coming, and I feel like you guys are really ready to be pursued. You're ready to slip into your energy of receiving. And tapping in, it feels, 9 of Wands, it's fiery. You have, plenty of energy to give. You're ready to give as well. But definitely ready to receive. Spirit, this is for group 3 with the Amazonite Crystal Point. Who will not stop pursuing group 3 until they have them? You're ready. I can just feel it. You're ready. Ooh, interesting. Wow. I do feel like this is someone you know. I feel like this is someone you had like a quick romance with, and it feels very quick. I mean, it feels like a few days, it feels like a few weeks, or at max a few months. But for the majority of you, it feels like a connection that was doing really good for a few weeks, or that was very hot and heavy for a few weeks. And then, something shifted in the connection. I can tell you this time around, this person feels a lot more ready, and they're a lot more invested for whatever reason. You guys may have had a glow up recently, or you may have shifted in your energy. And that's funny, because at the beginning of the reading, I'm like, oh yeah, I can feel it. You guys are ready to receive. So maybe you're in your receptive energy. So now that you've shifted into a receptive energy, it's like, yeah, they're coming and they're pursuing you. They're putting in that effort because you're sitting back, and you know, you're allowing them to come forward. Roller coaster says emotional ups and downs. Devilish says whatever I want. So this person may have been selfish earlier on in the connection, or the connection may have been like a friends with benefits situation, or like a sacral based type of connection where it was more physical. I also get the devilish card when people are flirting heavy. So with it, you know, being a roller coaster at some point, yeah, there was probably some super heavy flirtation between the two of you at an earlier part in this relationship. We got memories, confidence, and reciprocity. So like I said, this person is coming in an energy where they feel, you know, much more convinced that they're ready, much more convinced that they can give now, and it doesn't have to be something that makes them uncomfortable. Memory says reminiscing over you. Confidence says faith in my abilities. And reciprocity says on the same page. So this person is showing up now and much more of a receptive energy where they're open to you and also willing to be vulnerable and give, to show you that they care, to like really prove it. Ooh, we got the invitation card, which I love because we love to see people take action. And this is exactly what's happening. So we have invitation, dangerously, and imperfections. Some of you are going to get a speech. Shout out to you guys. I love a good speech. For some of you, they're going to be telling you like, listen, I am ready now. Like they're going to be giving you the whole play-by-play. Like, this is how I was feeling. This is what I'm thinking. I'm ready to live dangerously, regardless of our imperfections, regardless of what, you know, makes us different or all the reasons why we shouldn't be together. I want this. Like it's giving like, you know, like a speech you would see in like Gilmore Girls, you know, it's giving like Jess and Rory type energy. Like I'm ready now. That kind of vibe, like family show vibe, and it's like super intense emotions with the teens, you know. Some of you guys are going to get a speech. Invitation says let's hang out. Dangerously, at the bottom of that one it says in love, and then we have imperfections. At the bottom of that one it says making you change. Some of you guys are going to get an apology. This person may have tried to like force you into a box, or, you know, just tried to make you be someone that you're not. And I feel like they've had revelation with the confidence card. It's like, no, they're much more open and feeling confident that they can be in this relationship now. So their points of view has changed. Whereas before it seemed like, you know, all they wanted was just for you to change and them to be able to stay the same. It seems like they're much more flexible these days. Yep. We got the stuck in the past card. Ooh, I don't know if you guys are ready to forgive them. We have jealousy here. You may have made this person jealous and they're genuinely having a hard time letting that go. You may have put them on them. Like they were trying to act unbothered, like, you know, they were open to dating and open to whoever wanted to come in. So you started to match that energy, and then it's like all of a sudden it's drama. All of a sudden there's an issue. So whatever it is that's happened between the two of you in the past, I do know that it is getting worked out though. And this person is genuinely showing up in a good energy these days. They're showing up in an energy where they've changed. They've had some new perspective. So I say hear them out. But I do feel like it's going to be hard for you guys to move forward because the past really was a roller coaster. It may have even been like a lovers to enemies trope, where it's like instead of starting off as enemies and then turning into lovers, you may have been you know, the other way around, like starting off as lovers and then you started to like go tit for tat, and then things just kind of, I don't know, it feels like it was fun, flirty, it was hot, it was like a whole lot in the beginning, and then just like nothing, or a stark change. So I feel like this person brought in a lot of fun and excitement or feelings that you haven't felt in a long time. Like how long has it been since you've been genuinely excited about someone and giddy to talk to them and wondering what they're going to say next? You like that feeling, but not all the toxicity. Yeah, and we have the playing coy card. So at some point, they may have been acting like they didn't even know that you liked them, or, and keyword acting, or they may have been playing on the fact that neither of you had officially said that. So like whenever they didn't feel like putting in effort, they would just completely ice you out and then like act coy. So you couldn't really like, so you may have second guessed yourself for feeling away. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, technically, yeah, you're not together. So it's like they kind of got away with it at a certain point, I feel. We have testing the waters and delighted. So yeah, you guys, it's looking like they're coming back around, and I am seeing that you're liking, you know, what they're giving you these days. It seems like they've had like a little shift in energy, and they're testing the waters. You know, they're trying to see what you're on, how you're feeling. Are you still upset with me? Like it definitely feels like they're coming back with like this, with their tail between their legs, you know, like a dog, like coming back, like, okay, I just knocked something off the table. Do you still love me? Are you still upset that you had to clean up my mess an hour ago because I knocked the vase off the table? Like, but I'm your best friend. Like, they're coming back in that dog with the tail between the legs energy, like. And I feel like you're honestly happy to see them again, happy to talk to them again. And it's like you're not even really mad at them. Frustrated with how they behaved, disagree with their behaviors, but it's just not in your spirit to still be upset with them. So maybe a good amount of time has passed, or you're just, you know, you're over it, you let it go. But we have building interest, time of your life, and playing coy. I really hope to goodness they're not in that playing coy energy anymore. I'm actually going to clarify that with tarot just to see. Let me do it right now. Spirit. Ooh, we got the Emperor. I couldn't even get the question out, and we got the Emperor. Just jumped right out. So no, I don't feel like they're playing coy anymore. I feel like they're in their power. We have the Emperor. It's divine masculine energy. The Emperor is always in full control. So, and it showed up upright. It didn't show up, you know, reverse. So it's not like toxic masculine. Yeah, they're being controlling and toxic. It's like, no, they're showing up as the Emperor in full control, emotionally balanced, ready to go, equipped. So no, I don't see that they're showing up with that energy anymore. With the time in your time of your life and building interest, this makes me feel like you guys are going on dates again. For some of you, you never even got to the date point. It was just like, say, your coworkers and you guys had been flirting at work and da 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 da. They're coming back around and they're officially asking you on a date. We did get the invitation card and reciprocity. So for one, it will be an official date. None of that let's just hang out BS. Like, it's going to be a date. And you can even clarify that, especially when they're coming in with this kind of, you know, dog with the tail, with the guilty energy, because it's the perfect energy for them to come in, for you to be like, is this officially a date, you know? So that you can catch them when they're already in that vulnerable energy of wanting you to say yes, to make sure they know, like, listen, I'm watching and I am present, and any foolishness, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not scared to say what I need and what I feel, you know? So I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun. Time of your life is a dating energy. It's like you guys are going out, going on dates, and building that interest again. So I feel like you guys had already built an attraction towards each other before. And now it's like we're building real interest again, and we're starting from the ground, which I like. We have going steady at the bottom of the deck and the winning card. It's funny because the winning card was sitting at the bottom of the deck for a while as I was shuffling. And I thought about pulling it out because I kept seeing it. But it, you know, came out in itself for you. So I see that you're in an energy where you're winning regardless. And it's like, listen, they either show up the way they need to or they don't. Who cares? Either way, I'm winning. I don't see you stuck on this person, giving them a million chances. At this point, you know, you may have had a glow up. So you're like, may the best one win. Like, I'm dating, going on multiple dates with other people. If another person comes in and they're showing up properly, I will go on dates with them too. Like, I'm not stuck on you. It's good to see you. And I'm glad to see you're putting in all this work and effort and you're pursuing me, and it's nice and we're having the time of our lives. And yeah, I'm delighted. But trust, if things start to fall through, this time I promise you will be different. They'll see another side of you. They'll see like, they'll get a rude awakening because they're not stopping the show, period. Okay, Spirit, what else do we need to know? So this is someone from your past, but not like an ex. I don't feel like this is an ex at all. Unless you guys dated for a few weeks or just a few months, I really don't feel like this is an ex. I feel like this is someone you had a flirtationship with, someone there was a lot of attraction with, but Page of Swords in reverse, not someone that you had an official relationship with, not someone who you had connected with, had clear communication with, a history. We have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Coins. So they know what time it is. They know they got to come in. They got to build. They got to come through with that Seven of Coins energy. Like, I am self-sacrificing here. I'm really putting in that work. I am making the proper investment. I am showing up. Knight of Cups, heart open, heart chakra open. That's like the most important part. And I'm also attracted to the horse and the eagle that's in the Knight of Cups card in this deck. Almost like Spirit is saying, it's not just them showing up, like they're showing up mind, body, and soul. They're showing up with that air element, with that connection to God, Spirit, the divine, the higher power. They're also surrendering to the process, the time it'll take, the journey. So we got the Temperance in reverse, Temperance card in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. I like Seven of Swords in reverse. And hopefully this Temperance in reverse is a good thing as well. Otherwise, let's just see. Yeah, Spirit is saying it's uncomfortable and it's not promised. We just got the Ten of Cups that came out in reverse. So this is another chance. This is a second chance with someone who has been, you know, flirting you down, but maybe ghosted, or someone that you ghosted, someone that you stopped talking to. Maybe this person came in your life right after you had gone through a serious breakup with someone, so you just knew you weren't looking for anything serious anyway, but it felt good to, you know, have fun with them for a while, but then you actually had to dip and heal. This could be something on your end as well. But Ten of Cups, Temperance in reverse, Spirit is saying this is not promised. It's a second chance. It's a rare second chance coming through. And yeah, this person is going to be pursuing you, but listen, it's funny because the video is like, okay, who's not going to stop pursuing you until they have you? But I don't feel like that's up to them. They may simply not have enough energy or life experience to sustain all this desire that they have to pursue you, you know? Like, Spirit is saying, like, yeah, they're going to pursue you, but it's not promised that you guys will have each other, because both of you really need to surrender to each other. They're like, both parties need to commit. Ooh, we got the Lovers card. Okay, Spirit, okay. Because I'm like, well, damn, Spirit, you know what I'm looking for. Like, yeah, Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Spirit's like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to take effort. It's going to take commitment and all of those super mature things. Yeah, we got the Star card in reverse. So Spirit is like, this is not like right place, right time magic. This is like hard work and dedication, love. Long lasting, but okay. Let's see what else we got. Spirit, what else do we need to know for group 3? We have Milk and Honey, so you guys are actually quite compatible. I wonder what it was, though, that made them run away. Because I feel like if they have a good enough excuse or like a legitimate reason, I feel like you will be open to this person because you could feel that milk and honey. You can feel that resonance, that harmony. So if they are honest with you and they just like let you know, like, listen, it was wrong that I, you know, ghosted or whatever it is that they did, insert that here. It was wrong that I did that. But the truth is I wasn't healed from my past connections. And I have very self-sabotaging behavior, and I needed to handle that. And I needed to learn new tools and new systems so that I could show up properly and not drive you insane or mistreat you or fold when I need to be standing up as my higher self. Like, I feel like if they were to come through and just be vulnerable, you may be mad now, but soon as you hear your person say that, you're gonna feel that resonance, you know? You're gonna be disarmed. So I feel like it's all about how they communicate. It's all about how they come in. We have to the sea and chop wood, and I find that funny that we're getting all this water symbolism. You both may be water signs, or you may have your water, your Venus placement, like in your natal chart, in a water sign, like a Venus, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This person may be a Pisces or a water sign. But I find that funny. We're getting all this water energy. But we have to the sea, which is about taking things slow, and we have chop wood. So they're showing up properly. That's like that 8 energy, eight of coins energy, where it's like, yeah, they're willing, you know, to put in the work. 7 of coins energy. They're showing up and they're honoring milk and honey, the connection. So I get good energy from this, you guys. And I also feel like it's important to hold them accountable. Even though they're coming through and apologizing, don't take that apology and allow it to make you feel like, okay, there isn't work to be done here, because there's always going to be work to be done. It's like, okay, cool, I'll take your apology, but now we have to build a solid foundation. So that will mean that once they apologize, you take your time to process, give yourself a few days, but from there you have to let it go. You know, you can't hang on to it and make your relationship about them like making things up to you, because then you're just wasting your precious time that you have to build a foundation just to, you know, kind of fill your own cup, and relationships fall through every day that way as well. Someone comes through, they apologize. Next thing you know, the other person starts completely forgetting like the things that have to be built and done for the relationship to be sustainable moving forward. It gets turned into like, I just want to get my cup filled, and yes, it feels good to apologize and feel like this person is obsessed with me, but it's like you let all these other things go and then still single at the end of the day. Like, how does it happen? And then it can be very confusing. Feeling like back at square one. We have time for a nap. It may be good for you guys to take some time to clear your energy and do some spiritual cleansing. I'm so big on spiritual cleansing because spiritual cleansing is what literally keeps me clear and grounded and able to do so many readings and able to tap into so many energies, but still be completely at peace and happy when I'm not. So I know how impactful it can be. It'll help you at work. It'll help you when you're alone. It'll help you when you're dealing with other people. So practice your spiritual cleansing. But this is a good time for you guys to rest, relax, and get clear yourself on how you're going to moving forward, what you're going to do moving forward, and what building a solid foundation looks like, what you need from this person, how they need to show up, and also how you need to show up, and what you're going to focus on in the relationship. And that way it'll help keep you in check, because it's like, okay, if you're experiencing like uncomfortability in your relationship, you can go back and look at your priorities and decide like, am I focusing on what I wrote down, or am I actually focusing on something else right now? Like, am I trying to get my cup filled, and is that why I'm hitting a brick wall? Because I'm not focusing on like what I originally planned. Make sure you hold yourself accountable in that way. But second chance energy, group 3. That is what I got for you. My Etsy is in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 4 with the Galactophane Crystal Point and the Steampunk Tarot, this is your reading. Tapping in to see who will not stop pursuing you until they have you, group 4. We are going to see, Spirit, this is for group 4 with the Galactophane Crystal. Show us who will not stop pursuing them until they have them. For group 4. Ooh. Okay, So they're taking some time to suss you out. They're really getting to know you before they're actually inviting you out for something specifically romantic. We have evaluation. Seriously thinking about this is what it says at the bottom of that card. So this person may be in a space in their life where they're not looking for temporary, or they're just not winging it. They're trying to be much more intentional and wise about dating and how they go about it. They're trying to be present and conscious of what they're manifesting and letting into their lives and who they're falling in love with. So they're taking their time to watch you a little bit, feel like they get an idea of who they are before they officially ask you out. But then they will officially ask you out. And I just love the invitation card because it always represents someone asking you out, like someone pursuing you first, someone making it clear, like, I want to go on a date with you, so you don't have to guess like what's going on. So I just love that you guys are getting that confirmation right out the gate. At the bottom of invitation, it says, let's hang out. So this person is asking you out after evaluating the connection between you and them and deciding if this is something they can actually, you know, move towards. Oh, wow. We got stuck in the past. The real deal. Confessions and faithful. And so that makes a lot of sense why they were, you know, spending time in evaluation. I didn't want to assume that it had anything to do with you, and I'm glad that I didn't, because, you know, we all have our own past relationship trauma, relationship baggage, beliefs based on relationships and experiences with people romantically. And they recognized that they had been stuck in the past, or that their past heavily affected them. And they evaluated, took their time, and then got to a place where they could confidently say that they were ready and they're moving towards you. And we have the real deal card, we got confessions, and we got faithful. So this person is being transparent. They're being upfront about how they feel, upfront about what it is that they want, upfront about pursuing you. They're just kind of laying it all out there, leaving no space, you know, for confusion or any sort of drama. The bottom of the real deal, it says the real thing. So they're trying to offer you the full package, which is why they're taking their time. Confession says, I got a thing for you. Faithful says, it's only you. So this person is coming through in a faithful energy, you know, trying to be honest and real about what it is that they want, and that they want that with you. Letting you know up front that they like you, like on the first date, after they invite you out, they let you know why we're here. Like, you don't have to worry, like, what are we doing? Is this officially a date, or is this just like what is this? You don't have to worry about that. I feel like on the first date, they're gonna be upfront about everything that they're, you know, thinking. Wow, we got the deep in love card. To be honest, this person is a little ahead of you in terms of how much they like you right out the gate, because we got the keeping watch card that just came out. We got keeping watch and optimism. So they may have been watching you for a few weeks or a few months before they made any sort of like upfront connection with you. But we have the deep in love card here as well. So yeah, they're a bit ahead of you in terms of attraction. They like you a bit more than you like them. Honestly, they may even kind of be really, really close to being in love with you before you guys even have like too much interaction together, because they've taken time to make sure. I feel like you kind of caught them off guard. They didn't expect to meet you. They didn't expect to like someone right now. And I don't feel like it's been like not a lot of time since they've been in their past relationship. I don't feel like it's like they're fresh from a breakup. I just feel like they have been really taking their time and healing, and also just living life and trying not to focus on romance and love, and just giving themselves a break, time to decompress. And then they kind of started their healing journey, but a lot of it has been like spirit giving them revelation and insight versus them like actually putting an effort to grow or like do shadow work. They may not be very spiritual, so they may not, you know, be about journaling and doing that self-work and things like that. But They're showing up properly now. At the bottom of Faithful, it says it's only you. So they're putting their cards on the table. Deep in Love says feelings that run deep. Optimism says this could be good. So they've got a pretty genuinely upbeat perspective, optimistic perspective. And Keeping Watch says tabs from afar. So they had been watching you, they had been observing you, peeping you, trying to see what you're all about. And then they kind of, you know, went into this mode where it's like, okay, let me start to, you know, clear that past energy, whether it's past beliefs or actual trauma that they had to address, journal about, talk to someone else about, conversations that had to be had. I feel like they noticed you. You took them off guard. They've been observing you this entire time. The consistency they've seen with you has been good. So that's made them take steps to, okay, let me talk to someone, or let me have this conversation. Let me do this. Let me heal. And now they're ready, and they're coming in a very short energy, but they've been watching you this entire time. This person has been aware of you, and you may not have been aware of them, or they may have been playing coy. We got the playing coy card that came out. So like, say this is a gym crush and you guys always have like super intense like eye contact, or you just feel like this deep draw to them. You feel like, there's something about this person. They may not even be your type, you know, it's just like, no, there's a pull. It's energetic. I can feel it. And this person may have been playing coy. So it's like, I feel like they, you know, they've never been rude, you know, but they haven't given you enough that would really like make you know, like, yeah, okay, this person's interested. Yeah, I feel like that was intentional. They've been being really, really intentional about how they come across with you. They didn't want to give you too much before they knew they were ready. They knew that they had plenty of things to do. Like healing and things like that before they could, or before at least they wanted to try to pursue you. Interesting, Spirit. Oh, honestly. Oh, and then we got the unsure card at the bottom of the deck. So we have intentions revealed and nonsense, to be honest. Because we have gracefully bowing out in villain era. So it's just like right person, wrong time energy on your end, because it feels like, yeah, I can understand like what you had to do and everything, but you had already kind of slipped into your own villain era. It's like everything, everywhere, all at once, like all these different timelines happening at the same time. And even though they had good reason and they were doing the work and putting in work to heal and do all of this, it feels a little too late on your end, because, you know, your timeline has also been continuing. And it's like, listen, I understand why you kept tabs, you know, for weeks, for months, however long, and you wanted to do your thing and heal and da-da-da. And that's logically, like, obviously, yes, that's a good thing. But still, this situation may have put a bad taste in your mouth, because we have the good day card. And good day is about having a good day with someone, like just a really good day. And so you guys may have vibed for a day. You may have had like a good moment. And then even though they switched for a good reason, when they switched, it still, it like triggered something in you. It's like a kill switch. It triggered something in you and it turned off your ability to care for this person. You know what I mean? You may have that in you, like some sort of kill switch where it's like, if you experience too much, you may just go numb, or your feelings may get turned off, and you may not even have control over it. You can't even make yourself like someone again, even if you wanted to. You could have been obsessed, like obsessed with them. But if you got that switch inside of you, the next day it could be like, I'm hearing tomorrow too. Get my feelings hurt today. I won't give up tomorrow. Dang, that sucks. That's tricky. The plot thickens, because I'm like, well, how do you come back from that? I mean, they're really going to have to be putting in work. Now, that's the beauty of this reading, because this is like, okay, a reading about who's not going to stop pursuing you until they have you. So we have intentions revealed, nonsense, and unusual / unlike you. So this situation, this relationship is bringing out something about you that's different. And maybe your knee-jerk reaction is to activate the kill switch and to, you know, cut your feelings off for someone. But you're not doing that with this person, or you're still opening back up to them. And maybe that's what's unusual or unlike you. Spirit, can you tell us about this? Can you tell us? Okay, I'll keep it. I'm going to keep the card that slipped out, about unusual or unlike them. We have the Four of Cups in reverse and the Two of Cups in reverse. So I do feel like things are different. There's something that's different about this connection. Four of Cups in reverse is that tomorrow too energy where it's like, get my feelings hurt today. I won't give no F tomorrow. But Two of Cups in reverse is like you're moving differently when it comes to this romantic connection. So whatever you would usually do when experiencing something like this, like for some of you, it's going to be, you know, the fact that you still like them. For some of you, it's going to be the fact that you're not affected by them doing something like this. Like say you've always been super sensitive and something like this would just absolutely set you off. The fact that your heart is still open to them and you genuinely don't feel like they had malicious intent, even if your brain like eats itself with how much you overthink. If you're not doing that and you feel like, you know what, no, I can see that, like, okay, let's move forward. Like that may be unlike you. Something about them is bringing out something different in you. Spirit, tell me more about them. We have the King of Wands and the Five of Swords. So this is an energy of navigating through the rough terrain. This is an energy of unfamiliar territory for the both of you where neither of you are the expert. Five of Swords, neither of you may know what you're doing. But King of Wands, you know that you want it and you know that you're capable. And I feel like both of you are in that energy. And if both of you can stay in that energy, you'll build something that could be really long, you know, like lifelong. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. So Spirit is saying, you know, you have to refuse to be a victim and allow the story to go on. Oh my God, I know that was the Queen of Wands. We have a true pair. Oh my God. I've been so sensitive lately. Maybe it's like the eclipse energy. But seeing this true pair pop up and Spirit telling me like, okay, if they can both show up, Five of Cups in reverse, vulnerable and open and ready, Queen of Wands, you will be a perfect match. Like both of you have the tools, and if you can choose like to move forward, then you will. We have the Queen of Cups. Honestly, I feel like the Queen of Cups energy is probably what throws you off, if anything, and it kind of came out like it wanted to show up in reverse. I feel like leading with your Queen of Wands, your desire to get to the end goal should be where you should move from in this relationship, because I feel like if you sit too much in your heart space like the Queen of Cups loves to, it just may be hard for you to regulate quick enough to have a easy transition, you know what I mean? Like same end goal that you're getting to, two different spaces that you're moving from. I feel like Queen of Wands, passionate, fiery energy. I just want to get to the end goal. I'm going to build the foundation. I'm going to do things right is a better way to go at it than Queen of Cups. I'm going to lead with my heart. I'm going to be vulnerable. But they both came up upright. So Spirit is saying you need both. So Spirit is saying you need both. Me, from a human perspective, I got to say I would probably go Queen of Cups. Or sorry, Queen of Wands energy, more like fire energy, passionate, let's get to the end goal, let's eat, let's work, let's hustle, let's do this. But Spirit is saying you need both. Two of Wands in reverse. And you're going to want to be sure. Spirit, how are they showing up for them? We have the Five of Wands in reverse. So they're showing up in an emotionally mature energy, not wanting to confuse you. With this Fool card, they're showing up ready. That's really going to help. But I also feel like them showing up in such a way that you haven't really seen them before, showing up, pursuing you, putting in that work, inviting you out. I feel like it can easily swoon you to sit in your heart space, Queen of Cups, and then forget about like what solid foundation needs to be built, and just to bask in the love of it all. So I don't know why I'm like no to the Queen of Cups right now, but it's really not sitting right. I just don't want you guys to get hurt, you know, or to get confused or dysregulated. But we have the Fool and the Five of Wands in reverse. I'm also seeing a lot of repeating fives energy. You may be seeing 505, 515, 555. You may have a 5 on your license plate or 5 in your address. We have the Hermit. So I feel like Spirit is saying the best way to go about this for now is to be in hermit mode. 9 of Wands, a lot of the work that needed to be done has already been done. And I love that energy because I've gotten that with almost every pile today, where Spirit is like, open up, be ready to receive. This is coming in. But with the 9 of Wands, I would say like act natural, continue on your routine, focus on building a routine. That would also really help you if you don't have one. Work on getting some sense of normalcy and regulating your emotions. If your anxiety is flaring up or anything emotionally is flaring up, I would say focus on that. And then once you get regulated with that and build some solid tools for how to stay calm in this connection, you'll be able to move forward when they come through with their invitation, and things will be a lot easier because you'll already have those tools. Spirit. Wow, we got the happy card. So I just love this. Spirit is saying this is your moment. Like, this is your time to be happy, your time to be in bliss. The clouds are leaving and the sun is shining energy. Like, there really are brighter days and better times ahead. We have loyal heart. Spirit sees your dedication to the journey. Spirit sees how much effort you've put in, how patient you've been. And I would absolutely say that it's time for you to reap the rewards of all that effort. This person is coming in and they want to make you happy. Like I said, this person likes you considerably more than you like them in the beginning. I was getting a lot of anxiety and I was getting some dysregulation, but I feel like this person, how they behave, just really triggered you. Because before that, we were getting gracefully bowing out, villain era. You know, regardless if it was with good reason, whatever they did before may have really triggered you, or them pulling back their energy or disappearing may have really triggered you, or you may just have, you know, had your own timeline going and slipped into that villain era as time continued on. And it's like, there's a different version of me you're kind of dealing with these days, because I'm living for me in my villain era. But with the loyal heart card, I do feel like this person is going to be pouring into you, especially since they, you know, feel like you're the real deal and they really like you. They've done a really good evaluation of who you are. They've been keeping watch for a while and they're coming in super sure. What else can you tell me for group 4? We have milk and honey, and then we have TikTok. So right away, I get this energy of you guys not getting enough not being able to get enough of each other. With TikTok, you may be feeling pressed for time. You may be like, okay, Spirit, send this in the next 3 months, or I'm completely going off the handle, going into my villain era, and I'm about to give these, I'm about to give these girls hell out here. There may be some sort of time or pressure you're feeling that relates to time. Some sort of deadline you've been really committed to or disappointed about. But we have the milk and honey card, which is harmony. So I see that once things come together, they're going to be coming together really good. I see you deeply resonating with this person and it being worth the wait. But I definitely see there's some mental gymnastics and dysregulation that is happening. And it is hard for you to anchor yourself through that. But hopefully knowing in advance that it's going to come up will much easily prepare you. And like I said, if you focus on that now, like focus on anchoring yourself and building some tools for how to remain regulated even when things are all over the place and uncomfortable. If you learn that now, then it's like you're set, you're ready to go. And that's what I have for you, group 4. My Etsy shop is in the description if you'd like your own private tarot reading, and that is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon.